What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? Guys, it's that time again. Yes, my bananas are coming back. Alright guys, so I've been having a good bit of questions and I want to make it clear for some of the people who are new to the channel and for people who are not sure exactly what to expect. Alright, growing bananas in a non-tropical area. Alright, so it looks very different from growing it in a tropical area. Some people might have went through their winter with their banana plants in the ground and thought, my banana plants are dead. No. If you live in a non-tropical area, if your temperatures get down to freezing, your banana plants will brown, burn, and fall over. Does that mean that they're dead? No, it does not. Alright? So, we're going to talk about this just a little bit. Alright fam, so first thing we want to talk about is the banana plant. Alright, as far as growing a banana plant, they grow best in temperatures when the temperatures reach 50 at night and above. 70 is optimal at night. Alright, so your daytime temperatures will be just as hot as they need to be and they'll be fine. The only thing you need to do is make sure you feed them correctly and water them correctly. And when I say feed them and water them, you need to find out how to feed a banana plant, not feed a plant, because they are vastly different. Alright, because I love banana plants so much, I kind of got to tone my feeding down a little bit on my other plants, because I tend to overfeed them. Alright, there's really no such thing with a banana plant. I've never seen somebody overfeed a banana plant. Has it been done? I'm sure. But I never saw it. They need plenty of water because the banana plant is majority water, which is the reason why when the temperatures get down to freezing, they die. Alright, so the water in the plant freezes and they brown and burn. Die is the wrong word. The leaves, the foliage will look bad. Different people have different ways to fix this or remedy it or do, make it not so bad. I live in 8B and we do have a winter. We got an extremely cold winter this year. Colder than I can ever remember anyway. And my banana plants all died. They all look horrible. Even worse than they usually do. And I end up having to pretty much cut my banana plants all the way to the ground. Almost all of them. And I generally don't have to do that. I usually can leave about 3 to 4 foot of stalk and they will grow from there. But most of them did not do that. Alright, so for some reason we got a pretty warm February. So my banana plant started coming back in February. And from February to now, this is how much growth I have got on my banana plants. Alright, so I'm going to show y'all exactly what the plants look like after I cut them down, And I cut them down in February, and I actually, let them grow from there. Now, one reason I waited until then is because I wanted to leave what was on there so it could protect it from the rest of the element. Alright, so there's a number of ways to do this. Some people wrap them up with burlap. Some people put cages around them and stuff them with leaves and debris. Some people dig them up out the ground and put them in their house and attics and all this. It just depends on where you live. And I have seen and heard of people growing bananas all over the place. New York, Virginia. It can be done. It does take work. It even take a little bit of work for us to do it here. But my love for them, makes me not mind it. We are going to show you what these banana plants look like after I cut them down. First, I'm going to show y'all a little bit of what my plants look like probably about a month or two before I actually had any issues with the weather.
He's a good looking boy.
Now look here.
Y'all need y'all own channel.
Now let's stay. And then I'm gonna show y'all what it looked like right after a freeze. All right, guys, so I have a very strong plant here. It took off last year and it did amazing. I'm hoping that there's not a flower bud already inside of this plant because of how fast and how much it grew last year. And then what I had to do this February to try to get them to get started again. But it definitely need to be cut back. And if this plant has not already started a flower bud, I'm definitely expecting fruit from this particular
So
plant
one of the
pretty
reasons
shortly.
why you want to chop your plant down is because your plant is just coming out of winter. It is weak, and a lot of times it don't have the energy to push the leaf out of a long stem. So what you want to do is you want to chop and look right down the center of that plant until you actually can see a green leaf coming out. So if you don't see that green leaf and it is not a sturdy piece of banana plant coming out the center, you want to keep on chopping until you get to that point. Once you get to that point, you should see the center of that plant pop up within the hour. It does not stop the plant from being able to be productive, but you definitely want to go ahead and chop it down so it can actually do what it needs to do. People are always surprised that we can grow bananas here in Georgia, Zone 8B, because we are not the tropics. And they always ask, you can grow bananas in Savannah? The answer is yes.
So guys, when I was harvesting these, I wasn't sure how much pulp we was gonna have in there, if it was gonna be enough. Not sure exactly how they're gonna taste. Now I still don't know how they're gonna taste, but pulling off one of these bananas, I see that I got plenty of pulp inside there. All right, so if you can see that, so I'm excited and I know we'll get to enjoy some delicious bananas. All right, fam. So those two banana plants there, I chopped completely down, maybe a foot from the ground. And this was in February, late February, and this is what they look like now. Banana plants are ferocious feeders and they are fast growers, but you have to feed them and you have to water them. So let me show you what it look like. I chopped both of these plants completely down. All right, this was the mother plant, the one that would have gave me fruit last year or this year. It did not fruit last year, so the problem with getting a plant nice and healthy at the end of the year is it will start a fruit bulb in the plant. It will go into winter. All your leaves will die, and then the fruit bulb is inside the stalk. It don't have the energy to push up, and it don't have the leaves to ripen when the weather get back right. So that plant will go ahead and die just like it already fruited. All right, so sometimes people get banana plants nice and healthy and then they don't come back next winter, the next summer, and they think that the winter killed it. No, sometimes it already went through its life cycle. So for those who do not know, a banana plant will fruit one time and then never stop. That stalk will die. It will no longer exist. It takes the pups to come up for it to actually replace this plant. Now, this is the mother plant. Now, this was one of the pups. I did cut it back also. And as you can see, this nice healthy tree has come up from that cutting. And if I get fruit this year, it'll be from this particular plant. This particular tree, the same exact thing. Alright, so this was the mama, the mother plant, and I cut it and it did not come back. And I know it had to be because it was already a fruit bud forming in this particular plant. It was growing excellent, really fast, and I knew I was going to get fruit from this plant. But because the winter was so fast, it actually didn't have time to do it. It wouldn't have had time to ripen anyway, but it would have actually fruited. Alright, so this will be the new mother plant back here. And I do have too many pups on here, so I'm probably going to go ahead and get rid of at least one of them, maybe two. Because like I told y'all in other videos, you do not want to have too many pups on in your plot, because you want the energy to be pushed to the plant that's going to actually be doing the fruiting, which will be the mother plant. So you have too many pups on there, too many babies or whatever, offshoots, it's going to take too much energy away from the plant that's going to be fruiting. And you will get a slower growing plant, you will get a smaller head of fruit, you know. But if you have tons and tons of fertilizer, yeah, you can grow a humongous mat. But you still will not get as much fruit or as good a looking fruit as you would if it didn't have to share all its food with a whole bunch of other banana pups. Guys, I noticed during the expo, a lot of people said that they thought that their banana pup was a goner. And then I hear shortly after that they have pups shooting up from it. Look here, that rhizome, the part that's in the ground, is the only thing that actually has to survive the winter. If you can protect that rhizome, you will get another plant coming up come spring. Alright, so if you're in an extremely cold area, protect that rhizome. You know, put a bunch of mulch over it. Do whatever you need to do to keep it as warm as you possibly can. And your plant will not perish. Alright, get your plant as strong as it need to be for during the summer, so you can actually give it a better chance of it surviving real good during the winter. Alright, so you know, guys, you know, set yourself up for success so you can actually get you a rack of bananas. I'm telling you, that first time you get your plant, the flower, will be all it's going to take. And the first time you get to eat your own bananas, it's going to be it's going to be over from there. Because then you're going to want to try all the rest of them. And there are hundreds of them. So, guys, you know, set yourself up for success. You know, make sure your plant is weeded around the bottom. Make sure you don't have too many pups on there. Make sure you feed it a ton. Make sure you water it as needed. Make sure you got plenty of sun. And you should get you a big strong plant that should give you some nice sweet bananas. Guys, I appreciate y'all for joining me. Like, share, and subscribe. Till the next time.